Ladies and gentlemen,
Kind of our technical know-how here on this podcast.
So Stuart Sutherland, what's up with you, brother?
I've been missing podcasts. I apologize.
You've been busy, man. Doing the
down in
business.
Texas.
Mhm.
That was fun, man. That was a fun trip. It was. Houston
what
kind of
event?
sucks ass, but
What event was it actually, though?
it was a local show. Branch. It was the Branch Warren Classic down in Houston.
Right, yeah.
So Jordan Hutchinson and I and Brett Wilkin actually as well, because he was in town. We all guest posed together. Jordan is, well, at that point he was 3 weeks out from Chicago, and I was 2 weeks out from Vancouver. And now
Wait. Okay, Vancouver is before Chicago. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. 1 week before. Oh, okay.
So yeah, we did that shit and it was fun. And I got sick while I was down there, which was not fun.
Who has like the most pictures from that guest posing? Where would I find
I think there's some on Bodybuilders Without Borders, because he was there. The guy who runs the page, Daniel, was there. I got to meet him for the first time. Nice guy.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah, I saw a bunch from the stories, but I want to see if there's any that he has up. What's up, Paul?
What up, dog?
Chilling.
What up, Stu?
Hello, sir. What are you doing in your car? Where are you going?
Driving to go pick up my son, sitting in traffic.
Oh, is he going to make a cameo on the podcast?
Yeah.
You scroll past it, baby. Go back. God, every fucking time. There you go.
We gotta turn sideways.
What the hell?
I can't turn sideways. So I'm gonna go one by one. I'm gonna start with you. Oh yeah, I saw it on Nick's Strength and Power.
He did a video on it last night.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good look, man. That's a good look.
It was funny. We trained at whatchamacallit at a Species Gym, which is an awesome gym down in Houston on Friday. And it was Houston, 100 degrees, super humid, and we were sweating like pigs the whole time. And I woke up the next morning like really, really dehydrated. Because I was like, I usually do for guest postings, I like kind of peak for them because I want to look good anytime I'm on stage. But I was like way too dehydrated because we just sweat out a ton of fluid when we were training there. No air conditioning, really hardcore gym. But so I had to I usually don't do this, but I had to put fluid back in on Saturday. But yeah, I think I look pretty good here. Last, couple days since I've been back, I've been sick. I got sick while I was down there, and my pictures have looked like dog shit in the morning. I'm like this weird mixture of flat and watery and fatigued, and I just feel like crap. So I'm finally over it now, though. I got a little more food today, and yeah, all good stuff.
Man, I can't risk to be sick 2 weeks out, man. That would be really bad news for me, man.
Yeah, I got over it quick. Fortunately, I just hammer a bunch of immune subs, and it was only 3 or 4 days, really.
But the good thing is that it's not like you're trying to get in shape. You've been in shape all year round, so you're basically holding it, right? So,
well, yeah, kind of Blue was looking at my pictures on Monday morning, and we were talking about it, and he was like, "I think you have a little bit of fat left to lose, and it's mostly just water that you need to drop off." And then last 2 days of pushing down, I've just looked worse every day. And so I'm pretty sure it's just all water at this point. And it was getting more water because I was just getting more stressed out physically. Like mentally, I feel fine, but physically, like, from being sick, traveling, sleeping like shit, all that stuff just kind of adds up to hurt your look. So,
Yo,
I would
is
think
it
I
just
think your body too. Like your body starts feeling a certain way, be lean for so long, right?
yeah, and to some extent, I've adapted to it. But you're also just a little more fragile staying in this kind of shape
Yeah,
for months on end. Because I mean, I was
yeah,
like 6 weeks out from New York, I was like 2 weeks out kind of conditioning, right?
yeah.
So like this has been coming up on 3 months now, basically, that I've been in
yeah.
almost competition shape. So
You
it's
say
not, it's kind of weird.
you say almost, but I would say in competition shape, just literally holding some fluid. Um,
Well, I had like a 2 week break in there where I was, eating whatever I felt like.
yeah,
I didn't get fat in that time frame, but like, I probably had to pull a couple of pounds of fat back off of me. But
yeah,
I
yeah.
think I did that in the first, you know, week
Weak.
and a half, 2 weeks back in prep, because I was right
Yeah.
back down to like the low 250s where I'd been for months.
Mm-hmm.
And with the drugs rolling back in and all this stuff changing, I don't know. This is uncharted territory for me, but
Mm-hmm.
I think we're managing it pretty good. So,
Yo, you know something weird? It's gonna sound weird, but just hear me out, right? Sometimes in prep, I start thinking, do we actually put on much of any fat, or are we losing just tons of water, right? Like, okay, let's say, okay, 3 low days, 4 low days, right? And then you're like, okay, you're a little hungry and you're just peeing nonstop, just dropping a bunch of water. Then you wake up 2 days later, I don't know, like 8 pounds lighter. But you're looking at yourself like, am I actually losing body fat, or am I just getting drier every day, right? So sometimes it's like a thin line. I'm like,
yeah.
because sometimes I don't feel like I'm burning fat. I'm just like, okay, carbs go low, and then you piss out all the fluid that the carbs and sodium were holding, and then you look leaner, and then you keep doing that like every week. But you know what I'm saying? It's
But
weird. It's like you go,
every time you get to the bottom of that hill where you're like, you've pissed out all the fluid and you're flat again
then you
and you're
lose some fat.
depleted. Yeah. And then, if that was an 8 pound swing, the
Mhm.
last 9 or 10 that you're going to drop after that is probably going to be body fat, right? Um,
Exactly.
but
Exactly.
at this point with me, I've just been kind of been between 250 and 255 for months on end, right? So
Mhm.
I've been probably adding and losing the same couple of pounds of fat. You didn't look at Jordan's routine.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go back. I was gonna let you finish the sentence.
Yeah, so I mean, I've basically just been just hovering in here for the longest time.
Me too.
So yeah,
Oh yeah,
Haven't
Alyssa's
changed.
way ahead of
Alessa been the
schedule,
same.
dude.
What's up, y'all? I've been at like
Yeah,
130, between 132 and 135 for like a year.
that's. I mean, you know what I feel like? I feel like if I were y'all, I would just do what like Nathan used to do in prep for like 6, 7 weeks.
I'm getting it next year. I'm definitely.
You know, it's funny because Compton had like a metabolism like y'all, and he always wanted to do 16, 20 week preps. And then his best look ever, he said he did what it was like a 6 or 7 week prep. And so in my head, I'm
Yeah,
like,
that
yeah,
was that Brazil, right? The Brazil Arnold or something like
yeah. So sometimes in my head, I'm like, do sometimes people do things because you feel like, okay, you don't want to take any chances, but the truth is that you kind of just being in limbo just to be in limbo sometimes, right?
Well, you got to be damn sure that you can actually get in shape that fast. You
Good
couldn't do
point.
that,
Good
right?
point.
But
No, no, hell
yeah,
no.
a lot of people, not maybe not a lot of people, but some people can.
And y'all three can like you, Stu, Alyssa, and Paul. I feel like y'all can literally like do a 7 week prep.
It seems
You know,
almost irresponsible and lazy, though.
it
You know,
does.
like, oh, I'm
It
leaving it to the last
does.
minute. I'm gonna keep on eating like an asshole and stay pretty lean, and then I'll start prep at like 6 weeks out. Like, what the fuck? You're a professional. Don't do that. You know, you're
Yeah.
supposed to start at 16 weeks out, 20 weeks out, like have all your ducks in a row for
Mhm.
half a year. Like, uh, personally, mentally, that sounds horrible to me, and I'm starting to really resent this whole process. Like, I
Uh-huh.
just want to be done right now.
I know what you mean. See,
It's
wouldn't you save yourself so much of that mental like strain? But what it is that I feel like the kind of people that get attracted to bodybuilding are pretty I don't know the word. Like you don't want to take those kind of risks.
meticulous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we don't want to leave too much up to chance either. But the truth is, like people like y'all could probably get away with murder. Y'all probably could literally do all the craziest shit and still be the most shredded person on the stage. Y'all could probably do 6 week fucking Juan Morel shit, the whole nine,
Yeah.
and still be shredded. You know, but why
It's
risk
not
it? I guess.
it's not best practice to think to yourself, what can I get away with? Right.
Mhm.
But we all do it. You know, I
To a
do it
point, yeah.
on a
To a
daily
point.
basis. I rarely act on it, but like, shit, dude, uh, you can get away with a lot, especially when you're big and you have a lot of muscle and like you have a fast metabolism. It's
Hmm.
like there's a wide margin for error there.
I I agree. Yeah. I did a I did a prep where I had all my favorite foods pretty much the entire prep, right? All the way to the end. So like instead of having rice, I would have a bagel or whatever the case is, right? And to be honest, it kind of went the same like all the other preps. I would lose body fat pretty quickly for the first like 6, 8 weeks, and that last 10 pounds just didn't come off, you know. So in my head, I'm like, how much of a difference does this make? If I was somebody who was always shredded and I did that, I would have been shredded anyways, right? I saw an interview with Charles Griffin. He was talking about when he turned pro. He was like, he could eat junk food whenever he wanted, and he was always shredded. And now he just chooses not to because he's a pro. But he can still do it and be just if you watch him as an amateur, he was just as shredded as he is now, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Dude,
weird.
well, you like you're trying to live up to this standard of perfection that's kind of like a lot of guys put out there. I don't know, you know, there
Yeah.
are some people who are really like that, but it's not everybody. Like you remember I think it was a couple of years ago, Hunter was talking about like his off season and like he basically have
Yeah.
like
The
five
shakes,
clean meals. Like he would do the meals and then some shakes. And then
the
his six
Mexican.
meal of the day, yeah, his 6 meal of the day, like every single day was a cheat. And it was like the requirement was like 50 grams of protein and as much bullshit as you can fit in on a plate, basically. And like
Yeah,
you can, a guy like that can get away with that. Now
that's
you can sit
true.
here and say, "Oh, maybe that causes gut issues." Like maybe, maybe not. I mean,
It's
I
hard
don't
to
know.
say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I mean, he's sorted that out now, and I mean, that's probably the best argument for doing it, right? If you do have gut issues or digestive issues or whatever, like, no, you shouldn't just do random shit, right? You should stay
yeah, yeah.
meticulous. But I mean, I've never really had issues myself. I say that as
Yeah.
a younger guy still, but I don't know. I think, you know, it's not a good mindset to be in. Like I said, you know, what can you get away with? But it's a
Yeah.
lot.
For somebody like Alyssa, I feel like she actually, I don't think many people fall under this category, but I think she actually needs the cheat meals because if she try to match that with clean food at her size, because she's a smaller person, she's muscular, but she's a smaller person. I think if she try to eat that many calories from clean food, I think she would be bloated as hell. The standard probably,
Yeah.
you know,
Hmm.
you know, and
Exactly.
if she digests the Five Guys well, and it's a lot more compact and it's gonna fill her up, then because she's almost trying to keep up. Almost, it looks like she's trying to almost keep up with her size more than get in shape. It looks like in
And
her
like
prep.
what you were saying, Beatty, like whenever you feel like you're not losing body fat, you're just getting dry, you're drying out. I feel like that's what's happening. But then, like I told you earlier, like every time I eat, like it's like a
Burn
mini
more.
peak, and then I like tighten up, like it shrink wraps me. So I've
Yeah.
then see the fat burning of what's been happening the past couple days prior to the burger meal, which
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I don't know.
You said that the other day on DMs, and I remember when I was like in my early 20s, it was weird because I would go like super low carbs, and then maybe I'll lose 1 pound, but not much. And then once I do the refeed day, the next day my weight would actually drop. It's like when I ate carbs, I would feel like I would my temperature would go up, and I would actually burn fat when I ate actually more than which is now it's
Yes.
the opposite. But but I could see that actually happening for some people. Like your body gets stagnant when you're on your low days, right? And then it like it starts to run again on the high carb days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I need it for just to kind of string me along for my performance to keep my performance high
For
as well,
sure, for
because I could
sure.
feel it fading right now, which we discussed that with my coach, and I'll do a burger tomorrow after I train.
For sure, for sure.
But we're
Yeah,
keeping on digging.
What are you doing? You're doing what, two or three burgers a week right now?
So it's turning out. I have 3 training days and then a rest day, and I've been having the burger on my rest day. So like every 4th day, I'm having a burger. We're pushing it one more day, so
Jeez.
5 days this week. So I'm
yeah,
gonna do a hamstring and glute day tomorrow. Dig it out a little bit, load it up, and then that'll push me for the next 2 training days. But the
yeah,
burger just really just strings me along performance wise. And if I could train
Yeah.
and do hard cardio, then I'll burn the fat. But if I feel like I'm
sure.
just dragging ass, like I can't do low intensity anything. I'm just an intense person in general. But
Mhm.
I like high intensity cardio, like running or sprinting on whatever you can go as fast as you can on.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, it's like would you rather eat nothing and do barely any cardio, or would you rather eat a lot of food and actually perform in the gym and just use that same energy to burn it off, right? That's kind of the
Yes.
balance, more or less, right? You know,
Yeah.
there was a video I saw Jay, I think it was Ripped to Shreds, maybe one of those DVDs, and he was doing 2 to 3 hours of cardio, but then he's eating like 500 carbs, and it's like, isn't that counterintuitive? But you're looking at him, he's fucking shredded. So it's like,
So like,
but
but with the cardio as well, and I believe this with my clients because I see it work. I believe that the cardio you can kind of like. So if I have a guy that's got smaller legs or a lady that's well, I like girls to run, but with my men, I like them to use a bike and use it to like literally just blow your legs up. And the pump, it also helps their legs grow throughout a prep or off season or whatever. So I
like
think that
hit.
cardio can help you not hit, just like use a bike to on a high resistance level to just
Okay,
get a leg pump, like
I
20 to
got you.
30 minutes on a bike will blow your legs up. And then I've noticed I used to use the bike. I noticed leg growth with a bike. Anytime you can pump yourself up, I feel like you're gonna grow. So
Yeah, yeah.
that's just my opinion.
Nick told me to try the bike, and I've been trying it, and I think I'm starting to like it a little bit, low key. It's more so that for me at least, there was a time where I used to put the resistance really high, and then it would go kind of slow. But for me, it's best when I put it like midway, a little more to the heavy side, and then go pretty fast. That seems to get my heart rate up for some reason. And I go, but all
Yeah.
right,
And after 20 minutes, your legs are gonna be pumped and
yeah,
vascular.
he gets pretty pumped, yeah. All right, let's go back to we didn't look at Jordan.
Mr. Hutchinson.
Boom,
Hutchinson, dude, it doesn't
he look
translate
good.
on video or pictures as well, unless he's in his crazy good lighting spot at Absolute Recomp, but like he's in really good shape right now and he's really big.
See it, I see
He
it.
has a really good haircut.
Yeah,
I have a
I,
really bad haircut.
No, you don't, because you don't have a haircut. You just have hair.
I knew Jordan was gonna be impressive, like condition wise and balance and stuff. But yeah, I didn't know he was gonna look that big personally. I didn't
Dude,
know.
he told me he was like 10 or 12 pounds heavier than last year at this point. He did Texas last year, so that's like a 1 year difference. Um,
He's
yeah,
a
he's a big dude, and it doesn't translate on the internet because he's one of these guys with a big frame, big head, and it's like, it just doesn't quite come across. But like, glutes are in. He didn't like try and peak for this or anything either. So this is like the end of the day, full water intake. Carbs are still kind of low for him. I wouldn't, peaked because I wanted to put him in his place, But
no, he looks great, man. And he's doing Chicago, huh?
that's right, yeah. Chicago's stacking up to be quite a good show, man. There's Vlad Suharuchko, who's doing it. I just saw a picture of him. There's this Chinese guy who's all of like 5 foot nothing, I think. There's quite a few guys who I've seen popping out of the woodwork who are doing it, and it's
What
going to be tough. I really hope I win Vancouver, so I don't have to go do it.
what is he doing? Oh, Tampa.
Tampa.
Did you say John is doing Chicago?
No, I think John's doing Tampa,
Okay.
so that's pretty close now too.
Yeah. So next show on the no, that's not until next show is gonna be this show. Right?
Chicago.
No, the next show is next show is Big Evolution, yeah, in Portugal.
And this is Nathan against Bonak. Okay, yeah.
Goddamn, Wolski's still going. Amir's still going.
Yeah, I'm playing around.
Long season.
Okay, so this is next. That's this weekend. And then what's after that? Chicago, Vancouver?
Vancouver.
Orlando. Wait, what's Orlando right there?
Okay, here's the order. It's
Classic.
Mr. Big Evolution, Vancouver, Chicago, Tampa,
Mhm.
and then Texas. There may be an international show somewhere in there, but just so I can sleep at night, I'm gonna pull up the fucking pro contest list because I should know this.
Just
Got
in
this,
case.
got this bookmarked, of course.
This guy looks good. Oben, he doing the 212
What up,
Dubai
guys?
Pro. What's up, Brady?
Hi, Joe.
I think he's gonna win.
Oh, yeah, excuse me. So it's Vancouver, Chicago, then Dubai on July 28th, and then Tampa, and then Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good to me. Oh, it's Brady? Brady and Apple.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he looks like
They posted no good pictures.
he looks older now. He looks grown. He used to look kind of like a kid. Nate Apple.
Near Apple.
Apple when he was in 212, he looked like a teenager. All right.
Yeah, every picture I was not even in a pose. That
What
one
up,
was.
Brady?
Wait,
What's
Brady,
up?
how tall are you, Brady?
5'9".
Oh, you have a tall looking physique. You look like you're taller.
Yeah, I have long limbs, short torso. Pretty much that red level. Just a reminder, Mr. Epler, I won that shot. Might be about the only one, but I won it.
All right. Let's see what we got. Oh, Janicki. Janicki doing Vancouver.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shit, if he gets his card, he's gonna probably compete the next day, huh?
Yeah, I think we've done. He's a big dude. I see him pretty much every day. Big frame, big guy. He has good shape too, man. All right. Let's see. I'm looking for. I saw Sean Clarida.
Oh my god, dude! He looks ridiculous.
That might be here, bro. To be honest, bro, he looks very fucking impressive, bro. Like,
He's insane, bro.
I'm fucking impressed.
I haven't seen this.
Oh, this one's a little blurry. I'm gonna click on his page. Okay, there you go. Boom. Now we're talking. All right. If you haven't seen it, Joe, you're gonna be. It's good, man. His sweeps look even bigger, actually.
Oh,
Man, and he's lean. He's already lean in his fucking
He
14.
looks like he'd be 3 weeks out, man.
Bro, if this guy was 5'10",
He's like 300 pounds.
Ronnie Coleman.
yeah, like literally, he'll be 300 pounds
Ronnie
in this
Coleman.
condition. Yeah.
He's literally a mini Ronnie Coleman, bro. Like the way his round muscle bellies, how pale he gets. Like he's literally like just like a mini Ronnie.
You know something? And we have our theory about like the low inserting glute and hamstring from the side deal, right? His hams from the side look pretty damn good, and his glute is kind of like, I mean, what do you think? It comes down pretty low.
Yeah, actually it does. Yeah. Yeah, you might be right. Yeah, he had a pretty good hamstring hang too.
We found the exception that proves the rule.
You know, it's always gonna be that
He
one
just have to be
person.
5'2". That's all.
That
And you get to
probably has something to do with it.
go. I thought this update was insane, bro.
He's crazy, bro. I mean, listen, man, Keone, he better bring it. He better bring it this year, man.
All right. Do you think Keone at his absolute best versus Sean Clarida at the absolute best, who do you think wins?
If Keone brings what Sean can bring, 100% condition and hardness wise, Keone, he's just bigger. He's just as pretty, but you know what I mean. That's something I think is gonna be very, very hard for Keone.
Yeah, I guess it depends what his best condition looks like compared to him. I mean, he already beat him, so that means I mean, so I guess as long as he matches
but he wasn't. But he wasn't at his best condition when he beat him either.
Well, he was at his best condition. He just wasn't at Sean's condition. Oh, you mean Sean wasn't at his best condition? No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think people are trying to explain away that decision. Like he wasn't off by any means last year.
That prejudging, he was a little off. He was a little flat, and that took his pop away.
Well, okay, just because you're not your best doesn't mean you're off, right? It just means you're not your best, right? Because if Phil's best is 2011, does that mean every other year he was off? No, it just means he wasn't his best, right? So I guess it kind of depends how far off. I don't think, like we said, I don't think it was like, whoa, this guy's off. I don't think he was off, but what was he better in the previous 2 years? Yeah, I think so.
They told him after the show that they wanted him like a few pounds lighter because he was a few pounds heavier in 23, and they thought that he looked better when he was a little lighter, which I don't know, maybe.
I would agree with that.
I mean, the guy trains hard as fuck, and like he's still growing. Like it's got to go somewhere. And he wasn't fat last year. I don't know.
No.
I'm trying to find something to critique on that guy, and I can't really. Maybe a little bit of stomach control, maybe. But you could say the same thing about Keone, honestly.
About stomach control with Keone?
Well, yeah. I mean,
you start going through rounds.
I've never seen Keone let his stomach go before.
These are very minor critiques. I'm trying to grasp at straws at an explanation here. I don't think it's an issue for either, but when you have two very different physiques and you're trying to explain like the decision, it's like Gotta figure out something, I guess.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, man. I could see why they made that decision. So okay, was Sean's midsection bad? No, but it wasn't as good as it was in previous years. And then you happen to be standing next to literally the best midsection in the entire division, as far as when he's in the pose. When he's in
Yeah.
the pose.
So Keone actually, when he hits his ab and thigh, maybe you could pull up a picture of this, but like he doesn't have pretty abs, you know? Like he's got a
No,
good
no, no.
similar to the way that I hit my ab and thigh, right? Like he's got a really good silhouette, just like me, but his abs, like there's a split in the middle. I have a split in the middle of my abs. Overall, it's a great shot for him, right? But like to say he has the best midsection
He
when he
does.
doesn't have the best abs.
I would
Well,
say it's the best name, but not necessarily midsection.
I didn't say he had the best abs though. I think he had
Okay,
the best
I
midsection.
figured there was like an overlap there, but
I mean,
semantics.
not necessarily. I mean, I could still say Derek has one of the best midsections, or if not the best midsection in that top 10, but he doesn't have the best abs. I would say Hadi has the best abs, you know?
Yeah.
So,
So you're talking about control, width, size of it,
yeah. So
flow.
when you look at the comparison between Keone and Sean, Keone's midsection was beating Sean by a mile. It was smaller, it was tighter, it was in the perfect vacuum. Even if they stood there for 30 seconds, Keone didn't stop holding the vacuum. So
It's
That
kind
was
of funny because like when I know Steve prefers seeing like deep etched out abs, right? That's his preference. Now Keone doesn't have that in his front double. He has like, a vacuum, but Sean definitely does. Like he's got crazy blocky abs. So, you know, it's not really consistent with that, I guess, but I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out there.
yeah, well, it's person to person, you know. So it's going to depend on the particular situation, you know. If somebody is like Hadi, where he can pull the vacuum and he can hit the abs, well, then that's a different story. But if you have blocky abs and they happen to be a little more distended than usual, just because you like abs doesn't mean you're going to give him that nod, right? Same like with Nick Walker, he has really deep blocky abs, but when he had a little bit of distension, it's still gonna be a negative, right? So they both can be negative. So same way if Keone doesn't hold the vacuum and he starts letting his stomach go, well, now that strength can become a weakness that fast. You know, it's what you have, how you present it that day. So Sean has never had a problem with midsection. That's never been an issue. It's good to go. This just happened to be the 1 year that it just was descending up a little bit, but then who he stood next to changed it. Because if he was standing next to the other guy, the guy from Spain, well, then it would have been like that wouldn't have been an issue because in comparison, right, it doesn't have that, starch difference, So I feel like judging is fluid. I don't believe they're like, we're gonna go for this. We're gonna just go for shape today, or we're gonna go for muscularity. I believe you look at it and then you just pick the best based off of everything they bought that day.
I know it makes it so fucking confusing. As an
It
athlete, as a commentator, if you could call us that, it's like you're trying to explain decisions, and it's just throw your hands in the air.
It's a little rough sometimes, yeah.
It's not to say that they're the wrong decisions, to be clear. It's just, there are different panels and different judges, and they want different shit on different days. And that's
for sure.
That's how it is,
Subjective, yeah. You can have a different set of judges that could easily pick Sean as well. All right, same with everybody watching. Some people had Derek, some people had Hadi, some people. So it's always gonna be subjective. But let me go back to.
Especially when you got guys that are that close where it's coming down to somebody won 5 poses, somebody won 4 poses.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that actually how they judge it? Like who wins the most poses? Because Tyler does his videos,
I think they just take a look at. Honestly, I think they truly have an idea, like pretty much right out of the gate. Like they might change it as we move, but like I don't think. I mean, would you do that? Like, think if you were judging, wouldn't you just kind of automatically be like, oh, okay, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that, and then it might change as you go, but like not
You kind of
necessarily
have
like
to, because like prejudging is moving on the fly, and you're running through poses, and it's a difficult job to have to do right. But I mean, when Tyler sits there and does his breakdown videos, he's going pose for pose through the top 1 and 2 guys, like he did with the New York show. So that makes me think that they're actually keeping score on like who won the most poses or something like that.
I think
maybe they do.
I feel like that would be the easiest way to judge it, right? If I'm a judge and I'm sitting there, I would usually start breaking it down pose for pose. I would, like, first when they come out, I guess you get like a general look, and like Brady said, in your head you kind of already know, okay, this guy's in shape, okay, cool, or this guy got enough size, so you can put together like 3 to 5 in your head, but then you would kind of compare them, right, pose to pose. I think so. I think the closer it is, the more I would want to compare pose for pose. If it's just like, Stu is easily beating this dude, I don't even gotta go pose to pose, right? But if it's like, I don't know, it's close,
Do
like
some poses count more than others? There's a question. I don't think the ab and thigh matters at all, personally.
I agree with that. I think all it does is expose you. If you have small lats, outside of that, that's it.
Yeah. I mean, people win shows all the time with shit ab and thighs. I'm not going to put any names out there, but like, it happens a lot.
Yo, there's not many good abs and thighs, right?
It's really not. It's a difficult pose to pull off.
Mine sucked last year. I don't know why.
That's my worst.
I had Mike Davies and Mike Francois basically explained it to me this way: an ab and thigh is the only purpose of it is to expose people with small lats. So like because whenever you pull open, if your lats are, they vanish if you don't have lats when you put your arms above your head.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of that, though, like, what would be the purpose? You know what I mean? Like, everything else can always look good, but so I've always said, fuck my abs. I'm getting my lats flared out as much as possible.
I can see that. When I see somebody with a good abs and thighs, I try to break it down to see like what could I do to make it look like that, and it never works.
No, it's such a genetic pose, man.
Yeah, it's you, like Brady said though. It's usually not even the abs that's making it the best, right?
Yeah,
because I think Stu has one of the best abs and thighs in the entire IFBB, but I'm not really looking at his abs. I'm looking
good. They're not good.
I'm looking at his silhouette. Yeah, like I'm looking at his, for some reason in that pose, his V taper gets better. Most of us, our V taper gets worse, but his gets better. It looks like he just gets even more quad sweep. So I'm like, huh? And I'm like, what does he do?
Nobody gives a shit, but whatever.
Right, no. It worked. It worked for Sean Roden because that was the year that everybody was hyper focused.
Exactly. Unless you're Sean Roden, nobody gives a shit.
and Sean abs and thighs was pretty crazy though.
Oh yeah,
but it didn't really help him any other year, right? It only helped him that one year. Yeah, nobody gets it.
That's all it takes, though, bro. Andrew Jack got ab and thigh like that too. You never know.
He does,
that one damn time.
Yeah, he does.
It only helps if you're black. That's what we're narrowing it down to.
I was looking at front double and back double seem to count the most, I would say.
Yep. Front lat, much less so.
Mm-hmm. I saw this video and I thought it was weird as hell. I don't know. Larry's my boy. Larry's my boy, but I don't know. This is just like weird. Like
the whole video was weird.
Why do we need to see this? And like,
this is big sports, dude. This is a way bigger sport than bodybuilding nowadays.
Bro, he's
stop and watch those videos.
There's a knockout button. That's not even a slap.
They didn't even slap with their right hands. They had to use their left hands.
But like he hit him with his bear paw in the knockout button. Like, yeah, he went to sleep. He didn't even. That's not a slap.
But the whole thing is that what's supposed to happen here? He's a professional slapper. If he slap,
right.
if he slaps him full force, Larry can end up in the hospital. So he's not going to slap him full force. He's going to give him a half force, which is still going to be enough to knock him down. So I don't know. It's just like kind of pointless. I don't know. In my head, the entire thing is pointless. It doesn't prove anything. It doesn't make anybody.
We found another pointless sport besides bodybuilding. Wow.
No,
Powerlifting is a pointless sport.
Yeah,
I don't.
At least they got numbers in that, right? I give respect to anybody with numbers.
I like
that. Actually, I was just talking to my girlfriend about this because I saw this dude at Destination Dallas this weekend. He had a Jawser-sized ball in his mouth. I saw this guy walking around the gym. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing, man? You look so stupid." Turns out this guy is an actual professional eater, and like he's like one of the best in the world. So he's like constantly chewing on this thing to strengthen his jaw muscles. And he's like, you know, he can eat like over 60 hot dogs or something in 10 minutes. And
I competed against him. He's a pro, right?
I think so. I forget his name, but I was talking to
he trains with Lunsford.
Yeah, the show that I won in 2021, I competed against him. We were in Norfolk and he messaged me. He did some crazy fucking pizza challenge down there, bro. It was like a 90-inch pizza or some shit. You had to eat it under 20 minutes, and he did it.
Wait, you competed against him in eating, or he competed against you in
bodybuilding?
Oh, he was pretty jacked for being an eater. Actually.
I ain't eating, bro. Yeah, I can't eat like that. Fuck no.
But like, dude, I respect. Binge purge.
Yeah.
Dude, I respect that more as a sport almost than bodybuilding because like he's training hard. Like he does shit to get better at his sport, right? But it's quantifiable. It's like how many hot dogs can you eat in 10 minutes, right? Or whatever the challenge is. I think that's cool as fuck.
Oh yeah, you think because you can't quantify bodybuilding, right?
Yeah, you can though. You by weight, really by your weight on stage each year, it's a little bit quantifiable. I mean, it doesn't matter what your weight is on stage, but at least there's some kind of.
Yeah, but it's like, why does this guy beat me? You know, it's like, okay, imagine Heidi being like, why does Derek beat me? Oh well,
this is why they say it's a beauty pageant or it's a muscle pageant. Like, you just go by what you like, how the person looks that day, and then there's like some form of blueprint as to what you're looking for. But hey, you guys saw the balloons? What the fuck? It's a fucking party.
Like what Stu was saying, like if I eat 91 hot dogs, you eat 90, I won. And there's nothing you can say to say that you don't agree, right?
What if you won 4 out of the 7 poses, right? And you ate 5 hot dogs? If we could combine the sports or something, like we got some numbers we're playing with, right?
Yeah. Because it's like Nick versus Samson. Like technically, you go and you break down the poses. Like Nick can say, "Well, I'm winning more poses, right?" At that time, but he didn't win the show. So, but how do you quantify? Well, he has better shape, and it's like I could also point out all the things I have over him, right? That's what makes it bodybuilding a little weird, and that's why people get salty and the whole nine, because you can justify anything. I could justify why Derek beats Heidi. I could justify why Heidi beats Derek, right? Why Samson beats Nick. You could always give a reason, but it's like, yeah, but there's the opposite argument, unless we're talking about Hassan Mustafa versus fucking Ronnie Coleman, right?
Also, I mean, that's why we have a judge. That's why we have a panel. You know what I mean? Like, there's enough people agreeing with the same things that it's like it has to be the majority rule of the room. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, very rarely is what the judges decide not majority rule of the room. I mean, sometimes we got wild stuff that happens here. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can't catch up.
Did you and Jordan use Lori at this last showing?
No, Lori's in California.
Actually, she traveled though.
No, Denise Chow actually tanned us.
Because yours and Jordan's tan at that guest posing was really good.
It was, yeah.
I thought it was really good.
She used so Denise Chow, Ben Chow's wife, is part of the Pro Tan team, and she's been with them like their corporate tanning
She's
team.
like their head person, no? Like one of them,
she's very good. And she's the nicest woman ever. I'd never met her before now, but really sweet. She actually invited us to train out there at the fucking compound they got in the middle of nowhere sometime. But she took really good care of us.
I love Donnie's. She's the best.
Yeah, she's great.
The whole Pro-Tan, the whole Texas Pro-Tan group is amazing, really.
Yeah. Ben Chow out there in Texas?
Yeah. I forget the name of it, but it's like
he's like in the middle of nowhere, isn't he?
Dude, it's way the fuck out there. It's like 2 or 3 hours west of Dallas. So
he's fucking crazy though, bro. He's one of those people that like purposely trains in the crazy heat of the day in this giant fucking shed that holds heat. Like
it's inescapable, man.
It's fucking crazy. You guys, you and Jordan just trained somewhere, right? And it was crazy hot.
Bro, yeah, I was talking to Beatty about this earlier before he got on. We trained at Species Gym, which there's 3 of them in Houston, but the one we went to is like the biggest one, I think. Awesome gym, awesome owners, but it's like 0 AC. It's all open air, so it's a sweat box. And I was
Is it the one with the 2 big bay doors?
Yeah.
And it looks like a loading dock.
It's got a loading dock there, yeah. It's awesome, dude.
I went there.
It's so hard to stay hydrated in those kind of fucking gyms, man.
That's the thing, man. Like,
possible.
So I was like tapering my water down like I usually do to like peak for a show or a guest posing because I wanted to like do that for this guest posing. I woke up Saturday morning, I was dehydrated as fuck. So I had to put water back in, and I usually don't have to do that. But it was just because we sweat so much. And we trained and then we jumped in this cold plunge tub that they have there.
Yeah.
I think I put up a picture of it, but it was like
funny.
It was like 38 degrees. Oh my god!
You know when someone smiles through pain, that was the best.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it was intense, but that I felt so good afterwards, man. It was. I kind of want to do that again.
Bro, me and Paul trained at Metroflex in Hawaiian Gardens out here, and we trained at nighttime, and it was hot as fuck, like stupid hot. We started off with like a superset of like adductors and hammy curls, and we were literally like our shirts were like looks like we could wring them out. We were fucking like 3 sets in, and I was like instantly fatigued. I would chug water, didn't fucking matter. End of the workout, I sat in my car for like 20 minutes before being able to drive. Like, fuck me.
I like it's crazy, but like I actually kind of like training in places like that because like you're so hot and tired. And like when you start your workout, you're already warmed up, You train up here, it's like 45 degrees outside. You got to spend a minute, like get your shoulders loose and good.
Also, you end up looking gnarly by the end of the lift.
Yeah, because you're so dehydrated, you're all like fucking sweated out.
Yeah, bro. That's why Sean Clarida is so fucking like diced right now. He's just super dehydrated.
Maybe
he trains in like long sleeve, sweats, a hat, and fucking 112-degree weather.
Dude, he wears like 4XL gasp stuff, and he's like 5'2". It's so funny.
Singles tied on his knees.
Yeah, literally.
I like training at hot ass gyms in the off season. I like when I'm training really heavy. I'm sweating in the off season. I'm drinking some cold ass water. I like that. But 2 weeks out, like you are, nah. I probably collapse.
Yeah, Jordan wakes up the next day like looking extra dry today, and I'm over here like no fucking shit.
That's one of those things. But I would love to train at those kind of gyms, like rebound off season phase, when I'm like
rebound is fun.
Yeah, hydrated, but you still lean. He's still in good shape. Cardio good.
That's kind of so. I mean, I'm not in Texas heat, but the gym I train at, it's a open air gym. Same thing. We just have they call big ass fans.
I've seen those. They used to have those.
Yeah, those are dope.
The lecture halls. It literally says "big ass fan" on it. That's
Yeah,
I like those.
Sometimes, bro, if it's not hot, I hate them being on. Sometimes people will leave them at like 60%, and if it's not hot, I'm like, bro, turn that shit the fuck down. But no, we just have that, and the garage doors open, and like, if it was Texas, I would probably like the last 2 peak weeks I've spent in Texas. Terrible decision. Terrible fuck. Both were in the summer. Terrible decisions. At least here, like, it's hot and like it gets humid when you're training, but it's like the perfect, like, you don't end up wildly dehydrated. You just end the lift dry, hard, and nasty, and like you sweat the whole time. You know what I mean? But like, it's not over the top. It's not like training like a fucking I hate fucking air conditioned gyms, man.
Yeah. Takes a while to get warmed up. Okay. Y'all saw the Rubio update?
No, I saw it on YouTube, but I haven't got a chance to watch it.
You got it on his page? Why is he still got that profile picture?
I love that profile picture, bro.
Hey, bro, that's what made him. That's like the same as Stu's hair, bro. That's his name.
I thought he was going to be like a social media bodybuilder, and then boom, all of a sudden he grew upper body, and then now look at him.
That's really impressive.
He is impressive.
Is he the most muscular, freaky bodybuilder in that IBB?
I would say
most muscle per square inch, possibly.
How tall is he? He's tall, isn't he?
Yeah,
5'11", I would assume.
he was close to Samson's height.
He's huge.
You know, we talked
Okay,
about
like
freak
5'10".
factors. I think certain proportions, obviously his legs, his neck, his look is just very different. And I think
I agree.
that's what
I agree.
it's almost like that makes him like, I'm not saying he's not huge, he's clearly fucking huge, but it makes him almost larger than he really is. Yeah.
When you're really proportionate, sometimes you actually don't look as big as you really are, right? Like Jordan, we talked about.
Yeah.
Or like even Samson, because Samson on the scale, Samson is probably 60 pounds bigger than him. But he don't look 60 pounds bigger than him because the way he's kind of, put together is different.
They say, like in open bodybuilding, obviously, especially, that there's a certain freak factor if you have kind of that's kind of abnormal, that you're already it could actually benefit you to have that. Kind of like Rolly Winkler, right? His crazy fucking width and bubbly arms and stuff like that. There was a freak factor that he had that automatically your eyes are gone.
Well, somebody posted a comparison of him with Rolly Winkler actually in that mirror, but listen, Rolly's upper body, it wasn't even close. Like, Rolly was on a different level, upper body wise. Legs, obviously, will be beats everybody.
It's funny. Rolly actually is one of my favorite bodybuilders of all time. Like his look, like when I was a kid seeing Rolly, I was like, bro, I want to be like that.
Who posted that?
Like he does like a guest pose where he was fucking huge, like ridiculous.
Yes, I think it was RX.
RX did that probably?
I think it was.
Rolly Winkler actually guest posed at the 21 Emerald Cup. He handed me my trophy there.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, there's a picture of us up there together. And dude, oh my God, I took a picture with him backstage after he'd gotten off stage from guest posing. Literally, his arm was as big as my whole quad. It was mind-boggling.
Yeah, he was.
What's the highest he ever got? A fourth best in the world? Was it fourth?
He got third.
He got third one. Yeah.
Oh, it's third. Okay.
Yeah. He was the
Can you
biggest champ
imagine,
that
bro?
year.
He fucking, if he learned how to, or if he just fucking dieted like hard enough.
Oh, he
Don't say
dieted
that.
hard, man.
Yeah, don't say that, Joe.
That was the thing. He always counts it. Always 8, right? Or said Grandma used to have to like fucking lock the refrigerator and shit at night.
What are you talking about? Rolly's one of the most disciplined people in the world. He was the opposite, the complete freak, bro. He was perfect.
I could have sworn I heard something like that.
No, not Rolly. Ramy. This story is about Ramy, but not Rolly. No, Rolly is locked in, bro. There was Nathan Diasha, as crazy as he was like Nathan was. Rolly was even training. There's a video of him squatting eight plates like nothing for reps. He was insane.
We're missing those freaks right now. We don't got a lot of guys like 2014. I felt like 50s in that area, like Dallas McCarver, Rolly. You had dudes that were pulling 8-9 plates for reps like it was normal. Everyone at the top was just doing this shit. It's like lost now, I swear.
I mean,
Well,
Hadi Chupin still trains crazy heavy.
He does. He does.
By the way,
trying to
2
think
weeks
who
out,
else.
squatting like
Huh?
6 plates. Hottie.
Yeah, he be. I mean, James still does his thing.
James
Who
does
else?
too. James does too.
I think a lot of these
Barrow
guys
is pretty
don't get.
strong.
Barrow's so fucking strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of these guys get credit sometimes for training hard when, maybe they do like
they train
Brandon
hard.
Curry, right? Like he
Yeah,
does
I know
like
what you
4 or
mean.
5 sets, but they're all pretty damn heavy, pretty fast. He's like just an
Yeah.
athletic machine,
I agree. Yeah. Brandon Curry would do 4 plates on incline barbell for 20 reps. I should literally 20 reps.
Yeah. And
Not
then go
almost
do it
20
again.
minutes. Yeah, exactly. With like 15 seconds rest, It's just like I think people train differently. Like nobody says, "Wait, Joe, look how strong Joe is." You don't hear nobody say that, but Joe, he'll shoulder press 5 plates, right? But nobody, I don't know. I feel like it's more legend. Anything that happened before is always more legendary because
I guess that's true too. Yeah, I feel that.
Because it's like we kind of grew up watching it, right? It's like the 90s. So one day we're gonna be in our 50s and we're gonna be like, oh, so our era, the 2020s, oh, we was different. Y'all today, y'all couldn't do this shit. Y'all couldn't do this. All this flavoring foods.
I'm gonna be that old cranky man telling these kids the same shit too. I know.
But it's undefeated. It's gonna happen in every single generation.
We're already doing it, bro. We're already doing it. We talk about the young generation. You're like, man, these guys live too pretty. None of them get under heavy ass shit. They're too
That's true. Yeah.
All right, but hey, their testosterone scores are literally lower though. Like I've had a consistent stream of clients that are like 21 and under that are natural that send me test scores of like 250, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like
that is true
too. It's real, bro. That's real. That's just
music. I've been doing that with music since I was fucking 20. Oh, music now. Oh, it's just music nowadays. It's not hitting.
Music. How old are you?
30. I'm 31.
Oh, you old as hell now.
Yeah. Stu always said I'm 34. I don't know. He just adds 3 years to me every time.
Yeah, sorry.
Maybe I feel like you've been 31 for like 4 years, bro. I swear I've heard you say that. Like you're 31.
No, it just,
since I've known you.
Yeah, once you hit 30,
like 2 years
like
ago,
30
I think I asked you and you're like, oh, 31. Oh, wait a minute. This motherfucker been 31 for a while.
I was probably claiming 31 prematurely back then. Now, but you get to a certain point, you're not gonna add it. If you're 31, you're gonna say 31 till that birthday. All right.
I was just talking about that, bro. The last 2 years, like I have watched myself drastically age the last 2 years.
Welcome to bodybuilding, brother.
I was like, holy shit.
Me too.
We all going to Turkey, Oh, I don't know about Stu. I don't know if Stu needs Turkey.
Fucking where? What? No.
After every show, bro, I hear this part and it really starts sticking out. Right?
Bro.
Yeah.
Just give
Look
it
at
a few more years.
Yeah.
I've heard it all.
It's slow painful death.
This is what I'm gonna look like, bald gentlemen.
Just keep coping.
Yo, it's the preps. Every prep it gets off season is fine. Every prep it gets thinner. It's always the preps. Always the fucking. Sometimes it comes back a little bit. When you
it does
do
come back. It starts to because I start to get a little thin when I run my fingers to my hair here. But then when I've been off the show, like say 4 months, it starts feeling a little bit thick.
Yeah, I'll get thick here. Yeah, but not here.
Preps,
I keep losing here.
But it still climbs. So whatever I lost, it doesn't come back. It just my hair starts to feel a little healthy.
Yeah.
And then it just slowly just creeps back. Like goodbye, Joe.
What do you think, guys? Is it coming?
No,
not quite.
No, it's not.
You actually look like you've grown more hair since since you started.
Yeah.
Good hell.
Who's getting transplants though?
He injects GH into his head.
Nah, bro, listen, I'll look good bald with a beard, though. I really believe I'm gonna look good bald with a beard. It'll look right with me, I think.
Hey, I need your guys' opinion on this. I am growing this out. What do you think?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I think
so far so good.
Still, like,
it's not baby beardish, but it's not like grizzly beard,
Yeah, it's
how long
this is like 2-ish weeks, I think. I got a week and a half till Vancouver. Hopefully, it'll be kind of respectable by then. But I don't know.
You guys watch Dragon Ball when Vegeta grows out his little beard for a little bit? That's what Stu reminds me of.
I didn't see that episode. I must have missed that one.
Yeah, there's like a Dragon Ball Super. He grows out a random ass like little beard. That's what. As soon as I saw Stu, like, hey, it's Vegeta, dog.
Just give me some time. Give me a few more weeks. I've got that minoxidil serum with the derma roller that I could start doing like on the patchy parts. I don't know if I need to yet. I'm hoping that it'll just like fill in.
More tests up the test. It'll fill in.
Growth is what makes my body hair grow, I guess, really. I don't know. I've had a beard since I was 16, though, so I can't really.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that.
I'll have to pull up a picture at some point. Maybe I'll post it on my story or something. But I had a beard in COVID that was like down to here, and it gets so thick it's like a bird's nest. Like I want to grow it back so fucking bad. My girl won't let me.
Yeah. Some people can grow it like over their face, but not necessarily the length, right? And some people can grow it like down here, but not necessarily all over the face, right?
Bro, fucking full on is like fucking eye socket.
It's ridiculous. I lose it, but I grow it everywhere here.
Well, that's literally how it works. Look at Stu. It's always like that. But like people who keep their hair don't grow the best beards, and the guys who grow the best beards never keep their hair.
That's why we all look good bald with beards, because that's gonna be a nice full beard, bald head.
So it works out, right? Yeah, so it works out.
I've never actually checked like my DHT levels to see like what they look like, because maybe they're like really low. And that's why my hair's still here, but my beard doesn't grow.
That's possible.
But I take a bunch of DHT derivatives, right? So
it's not the same though.
Everybody converts differently though, man. Like I convert super high to DHT to the point where I can't take Primo. Like if I take Primo, whenever I broke out super bad, it was a year of trying to fix cystic acne, and it all came from DHT. I couldn't get it down. And I refuse to take Finistride because once you start taking it, you got to stay on it.
That shit, it'll drive you out so bad.
Yeah. I don't take it over the counter.
I aromatize quite a bit. Like on a gram a test, I probably have to take 12.5 to 25 mgs of aromatase a day to really keep things under control. So, and some people, like I know people who don't take any aromatase inhibitors.
I don't take it. I don't take any off season.
I have clients that go, even if I put them on EQ, it'll crash their E2.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I wish, but honestly, I just need to get my glands taken out at some point when I have some money to throw at it. I wonder if that would be a tax deductible expense, because like this is your profession, you know.
It should be.
Is that
like if you're a model? It is
LLC?
cosmetic, but if you're a model, right, and you get lip injections and a boob job,
set career,
you know that's your job, right? So
for sure, right?
I don't see that's an argument.
See your own name and then try to do it, and then let me know how it works out, so that way I can follow your footsteps.
I need to get myself a good accountant to answer these questions for me.
Yeah.
If there's any accountants watching,
yeah,
we all need
chime in.
My taxes need done. Hit me up.
Comment below.
My guy will take care of you, Stu. No problem.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I bet.
Oh man. Yeah,
Dude,
no,
but
body
hair? Oh my bad, baby. My bad.
Oh, who you talking about? Body hair?
Stu, do you grow a lot of body hair?
No, not much.
Fucking lucky son. I was just saying this too about like tanning and shit. I get so mad sometimes when I look at other people who didn't have to shave really, didn't have to do crazy skin prep. I literally, bro, within 2 days am covered head to fucking toe.
Yeah, Jordan was bitching about that too before he got
not
tanned.
Fun.
He like shaved the night before. I shaved Wednesday before I left, and I was like pretty much fine.
Bro, even if I shave the day of my tan, I will have stubble on face.
Oh God, no. Fuck that.
No. That sounds horrible.
Werewolf syndrome.
Just to have to shave that close. Yeah, no, to have to shave that close to the show. First of all, I feel like you could be a little inflamed if you have to shave that close to the show.
I always use an electric razor because of that. You remember I was asking you for one in California because mine broke?
Yeah.
It's because I didn't want to use a cartridge one because you can do that.
Get a blade, bro. A one blade is like the closest. It's the best fucking shave you can get that's electric.
Come on, guys. I'm not new to this. I've been using one blade forever.
Love that.
I'm just saying, but like if you had to shave like a day or two before the show, you don't think even with a one blade that could cause some inflammation?
I haven't noticed it personally.
Okay.
But the thing is, though, bro, if like within 2 days, if I don't shave, like I just shaved. I don't know if you can really see this, but like I just shaved, and like it's already kind of coming out. Like probably, I'd say like a 2. It's probably at like a 2 on a.
Yeah.
And it's only been like 2 or 3 days.
Paul gets hairy, I think, right?
Oh yeah, I'm not that bad though.
Okay.
Yeah, come on.
All right, did we cover everything? Is there anything coming up that we need to cover?
Chicago, me and Stu.
Or anything that happened?
Pray that I win Vancouver so you don't have to do that again, Brady.
Wait.
Hey, you in Vancouver, you're calling it, right? You're
I'm done. And honestly, Chicago's shaping up to be a pretty fucking good show.
It's gonna be
So I'm sick of this shit.
That's honestly why I was asking. I was all right, well.
Yeah. I'm not confident at all that I can win that. Vancouver, though, I think the best guy doing it is Jewett. And I'm going to outweigh him by 20 pounds. My conditioning's probably going to be similar to what it was in the last 2 shows, which was
you
good.
Can definitely beat Jewett. You could 100% beat Jewett.
I think I can. Just depends how everybody shows up. And I'm lucky too, because like I'm just gonna drive up there Saturday morning to Vancouver. It's like 2.5 hours over the border.
Oh, wow.
No flight, no nothing. I get to sleep in my own bed Friday night. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Oh, random, but Stu, I forgot to tell you, I was gonna message you too. That fucking stomach shit that happened to you happened to me just way later.
Stomach.
Oh,
the stomach bug?
Yes, bro. It took me out for what, Paul? Like 4 days?
Is that why you weren't gaining very much weight? Because you finally got up to the 260s now.
Yeah, so what happened was I didn't miss no meals. I honestly I manned up, I got him down, but I dropped weight on a plan that he increased me on. So I was just getting dry as fuck. And I checked in with those pictures. The day it finally stopped and I was able to keep my fluids in and stuff, I gained like 3 pounds instantly. And so I'm better I'm more on an uphill trajectory now, but that was brutal, bro. Like,
so were you like
TMI,
out of both ends type of shit?
It was I didn't experience too much nausea. It was just my stomach like constantly turning, and literally, like I was afraid to like test out if I just was gassy. Like I would shit myself like 100%. I was like, I was on the toilet. I was on the toilet. I fucking think the second day, I shit you not, it had to have been somewhere between like fucking 13 to 15 times.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And I was literally just
don't get up.
I was like, again, TMI, bro. I was like, bro, my fucking asshole hurts. I told Paul,
it hurts so bad afterwards.
And I would just be like, I would literally, there would be times where I was just like praying, like, God, just please let this be the last fucking one, man.
It just wouldn't stop. Hey, sorry, Alyssa. This is the boys talking about shit. You can
I just had to bring it up because I fucking felt for Stu, bro. I was like, this is no joke. And I told Paul, like, dog, I hope you didn't get it. Like, because what happened was my client came to me. He's like, hey, man, my stomach's so fucked up, this, and that. And I was like, oh, you should be fine. Like, literally that night, stomach starts turning. I was like, oh, whatever, But then the next day, oh, my God. The third day was the worst. And then it started kind of dying down the fourth. And now I'm good. Like, I'm finally fucking good. I was chugging Pepto-Bismol. It was fucking ridiculous.
I think that's what prevented me from rebounding too bad after the cow, honestly, because, like, I was eating like a pig, and then Wednesday or Thursday it hit me after the show, and I was like up to like 258, 260, and then I came all the way down to 247, which is as light as I've been since like the USA's in 2010.
Where can I find this bug?
No.
You don't trust me, baby. It's not worth it, dog. Just suffer. Like,
go somewhere in Mexico. Like,
just eat whatever. Just eat whatever and lose 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Sign me up. Right.
And then I like ate my way back up to like 261 or something after I cleared out. But fuck that, dude. Fuck that.
I fucking hate being sick, bro. I want to
It's literally
disappear.
like you start like you appreciate so much when you're done being sick. You don't realize how chill life is when you're just
Man,
fine.
being
Like,
sick is the worst. Well, because you don't appreciate your health until you're not healthy. You just take it
that's
for granted.
why.
And then you'll sit there like Joe was saying about, please just take this away from me, and I promise I'll be good.
Yeah. Like,
I'll be a good boy. I don't fucking know. Just I don't want to be sick no more. That shit is annoying.
I'm tired of
All right.
it.
I've gotten sick three times in this prep, man. Because I got back from the Arnold, I got sick then, and then there was the catastrophic stuff that we were just talking about, but like right after the first couple shows, and I just got sick earlier this week. I'm sick of being in prep, man.
Sick.
It just happens more.
It's
Yeah,
sick of
your
being
immune
sick.
system. Your immune system.
tired of being sick.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, sick and tired of being sick and tired.
I used to get sick, once or twice every single prep when I was in New York, but New York is dirty, so
It's very gross. Yeah.
I like. You ever hear those stories like where people fucking prep with 20 weeks, right? And like on show day they're sick as fuck, or right before the show day, like that would fuck me up so bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
terrible.
you know what?
That sucks.
You know what it is? Ever since I stopped working like 9 to 5 jobs, I've gotten sick way less because you're not around all these fucking people all day long. I guess you're in the gym.
Too. Yeah. But I feel like being in the gym often, you're more likely to not get sick because it's like you build like antibodies against all these little things when you surround yourself with certain things.
Yeah.
So I think you get sick less by being exposed to more.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
you also suppress your immune system when you do injections and stuff.
Well, yeah, that and then like Stu said, low body fat. But I'm talking about normal setting, like you're good to go. Like
Right, yeah. Well, that was like that was the whole thing during COVID. If you remember that, that's why everyone was throwing fits because like the healthiest thing you could do is be in the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's get into questions. I'm getting tired. I gotta be honest with
Me too. I'm glad you said it. I'm starting to get sleepy over here.
you. Yeah. Am I doing okay though? Do I look
great.
fucked up?
You're doing great.
Okay.
I want to know.
There was a moment, bro, you were dying off, but everyone was talking, so you're good.
Okay.
I want to know what Stu did today because Stu, he's never up here.
Yeah.
He's up here today.
He seemed to have good energy today. Actually,
I took some Adderall. That helped. I haven't been taking it consistently, and I've also got some more food in me today. Last couple of days, I have been fucked off.
I've popped a few for some of the podcasts, and I'm not feeling myself.
Hey, listen.
Here we go.
Try a send. Use my link. Sorry.
Yo, fucking Adderall. It must be strong as fuck. You know why? Because that's the only thing I still feel. Caffeine.
When you're not used to it.
I swear to God, shameless plug here. Pair it with this. I promise you.
Well, but
you won't shut the fuck up.
my
point instead of that nasty drink. I got you. Nah, uprising and send. It's a soft gel. It's more controllable. It won't make you sick like that drink. I got you. Use my link. My shameless.
No, but like my whole point is like nothing else works. Like including even like kratom. Like
kratom
nothing makes me.
If you hit the right dosage, no matter what kind of kratom, if you do hit the right dosage, show like we're being for real. Like we're not just trying to sell you on it. When you take the dosage that's right for you, it will give you that. No matter how deep you are in prep, that energetic like clean energy mood feel. That's why that's the only reason I can like feel as good. Like it's. Like I really, if you find the right dosage, I really think you would. No matter what brand you take, like I ain't even gonna try to sell you. Kratom.
Brady, what is the correct dosage for you? I'm curious.
It just depends, bro. Everybody.
No, for you, because I was talking to Jordan about it, and he was like, "Brady uses a lot of this shit."
I'm gonna preface this with saying, do not take the dosages I take. I need a lot more because I've done a lot more shit. Your receptors, when you do a lot of shit as a kid, they get a little fried.
Oh,
I did a lot of
you used to do like rec drugs?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's probably does it.
So it takes me ascend. I can do 4 and feel good, but descend, I need 6 to 8 to like.
So that's Those are
And that's
50
just the feeling. That's
milligram
not the hidden
little
feeling.
capsules.
Yeah.
So that's 200
25.
milligrams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite a bit. If I drank like 75, I'd probably
Right.
feel sick. Like I'd start getting
Yeah,
nauseous.
so for me, that's where I'm at right now. So not like for anything. If I take caffeine, let's say if I take 300 milligrams of caffeine, I feel nothing. If I take 600, then I just feel sick. You know. So same right now. About even for the kratom, I take a certain amount. I'm like, damn, I don't feel it right anymore, and I take more, and I just feel sick. Right? It's just at a point my body just rejecting everything, even like
You're
pump
also
pre-workouts.
you're on such low food though too, and high carb.
Yeah.
Like you're at an extreme with both of those too. So that everything we're doing always plays an effect. And like I could see if I was on that low of food, that high cardio, probably taking a hembean and stuff, I could see how that like it if you hit the right dose, it would just make you fucking feel like shit.
Yeah, so even down to seasoning, sauces. If I even try to add food that hasn't been in the diet, right? Like I got some carbs, and I'm like, let me do oatmeal, and I haven't been doing oatmeal, and even that I get nauseous. So it's like it's at a point where I almost just have to drink fucking water, which is it's a good thing being this close to a show, but everything just feels.
There is a certain point, bro, where even us like the kratom is great, but like you feel so shitty, like you said, 300 milligrams caffeine ain't doing nothing. Like it may honestly the kratom does help a little bit, but the closer I got to the show, no, but I mean like not a little bit, a lot. It helps a lot. But when I got real close to the show, it wasn't as like powerful of a fucking stimulant, like because you're just crashed.
You're also adapting to it, just like any drug that you take for an extended period of time. I did a good job this year because I used to use Adderall every single day at prep because I was at work, like I actually needed it to focus. And by the end of it, it was like it wasn't doing much for my appetite, wasn't doing much for my energy, and it wasn't hitting me. And I've only used it sparingly this year, and when I do use it, it's like really does help. And I'm talking like a fucking maniac, like I am today. So
Now
I acclimated to it too. Remember, I tried it during prep. After prep, I tried it again. Obviously, I just said that I've been doing it. I don't get nauseous anymore with it. Like my appetite's fine. Like my body adjusted. When I first started taking them, it fucked me up. I feel like my sleep and all that stuff.
First started taking what?
Adderall.
Oh, okay.
Didn't you take a shitload though? Like later in the day?
My very first one. Yeah.
It's like a 20 meg or
something. See, this is why anybody tells you to fucking do something, look it up first. Look at the dosing. Don't just fucking take the guy's word for it.
Yeah, from an experienced drug user, be careful.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for prefacing that, Brady, by the way. Because that's like a lot.
Do the shit
yeah.
But like when I was a kid, bro, so I won't take Adderall because I fucking hate it now. I was prescribed my whole life. I was prescribed 90 milligrams a day of instant Adderall.
Damn, dog. Did you sleep?
30 milligrams 3 times a day was my dose.
That's fucking crazy.
You see,
bro,
who's your doctor? Who's your doctor, bro? Could you send me?
Do you still have him? Yeah. Do you still have his contact?
Yeah.
I was just always such like a hyperactive kid, but like it wasn't like ADD. It was just like I mean, there's a lot of different anxiety and like different mental disorders, but like they were just basically trying to make me a fucking zombie my whole life.
Wow.
So like I won't. That's why I'm like, nope.
That's really bad for your heart.
Right. Well, that's really what started all of the stupid shit that I did when I was younger was, when you're prescribed that much Adderall, eventually you start doing stupid shit with it, and then you start
Adderall is a gateway drug.
Dumb shit. Yeah, no, literally. I mean, dude, you know what I mean? Like I started doing stupid shit, and like not that I was like out of control. There were some periods of time for sure, but like through high school and college, like I absolutely played with a lot of stuff, and there were times where I definitely had more of like an addiction than like playing with stuff, but like it never got super bad. Obviously, I was able to break it and chase a bodybuilding dream. So
no, you hold on. You picked a different addiction. Let's be clear.
I was gonna say that. Paul and I have talked about this. I'm like, a lot of these people in this industry, they choose bodybuilding and they're like, oh, save my life, this and that, and help me get through this. And I'm just like, when you really get down to it, you just like bodybuilding is actually somewhat of a distraction from keeping you to do the other shit.
It's not a distraction. It's a coping mechanism. Just like
yeah,
using drugs or whatever else you do. It allows you some sort of control, some structure. I mean, ever since I started competing in bodybuilding, I've never self-harmed since then. And that's been 7 or 8 years now. I think there's something to be said for that.
No, I tell everybody bodybuilding keeps me in line 100%. Like I will go off the rails, bro, like myself. So it definitely is a coping mechanism on how to keep me in line. Like I make way better decisions now.
That's why
I feel like it started as a coping mechanism, and now it's our career. Now it's still what saves my life every day. It's still the reason I won't go off this path. But now it's a different level of passion, a different kind of passion. But I mean, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of downplayed in that conversation. If we're gonna get real, you know what I mean. It was definitely an addiction issue. You know what I mean. It was definitely a real addiction issue that was scary for a long time. In bodybuilding, I leaned into bodybuilding. I literally that was kind of the moment when I leaned fully in. I dropped out of school the next semester. Once I finally broke everything and chased nothing but bodybuilding. So it's what I mean. It's like you said, Stu. It was something that was a different coping mechanism that was a lot healthier. I mean, is it a lot healthier in the long run?
Well, I think of it as a lesser of two evils. You're doing something productive and inspirational with it, at least.
That's how I put it.
It's such a common story to hear. Like Doug Frucci, who just passed away. He was an addict before he got into bodybuilding. He talked about it on that interview he did on Soft White Underbelly. And that probably saved his life.
Even on the highest level, Phil Heath, his documentary, like you catch that, right? Like he was going down the wrong path, and then bodybuilding kind of like steered him back into the right one. So we all use it. Whatever your story is, we all use it.
Shit, working out in general, me working out with a coping mechanism, gave me like something to do, but like an escape, something to be excited about, something to look forward to, something that you could control, right? You could control the work you put in, and
I think it also kind of like to some extent satisfies that chemical fascination we have. Like if you were into drugs before and you like the way they made you feel, or you like chase that, then you get some of that from taking gear, from training hard, from the endorphins and all the other chemicals that are going on
with the gear.
That dopamine.
Dopamine, whatever fucking neurotransmitter it is.
That wasn't a part that excited me initially at all, though. Like the actual training made me feel good, but like taking the drug, then I guess at one point it did, but not initially. But there was a point where, if I'm being honest, I did get a fascination with the drugs to a point. That's kind of like the early 20s.
Yeah,
early 20s, bro. It all like kind of like correlates with each other because the training releases dopamine, right? You feel on top of the world, and then with that training, so you feel that pump, and you see it, and then progress, right? You literally watch visual progress through the training. It's like, okay, well, if I take drugs, then that means I can push my progress and at a faster rate. So there's a release of dopamine just by watching progress through the training that you love to do. So it just kind of all mixes together.
Progress is what I really liked. Yeah. Like actually taking gear maybe didn't excite me per se.
Yeah, it's not exciting. The gear itself is this gear can
unlimited progress.
The training side of things, which the progress exactly.
Yeah. So when I initially started, the progress was so fast because you're a beginner that you get that crazy dopamine release, right? So it wasn't like drugs didn't even cross my mind, but obviously eventually that slows down, right? And when that starts slowing down, you're like, I want to get big, like even bigger. I want to get big like these bodybuilders. Then you add the drugs, and that progression continues. So it's like you're getting that second beginner phase again. That rush, like when you first started, like twice. You know?
I think for me, man, the progress was what got me addicted to stay in the gym after a couple of months. But like at the very initial beginning, man, the gym I went to was a 2-minute walk down the street. It was 2 blocks from my house. Old school gym, cobwebs on everything. All the dumbbells were bent. Dumbbells went up to 200 because there was a bunch of strong dudes. And when I say a bunch, I mean the 10 members that were there. And nobody was ever there when I would go in. And like I would play whatever music I wanted. And like I was going through a lot as a kid emotionally. And like I was able to just take it out in a way that like I was very suicidal early on. You know, I was like 15. And that's when my dad asked me to try it. And I didn't know what I was doing. I was just punching. There was old drywall with holes all through it. So I would punch holes all through the drywall, beat the shit out of a broken ass heavy bag, and just throw weights around. And it just was something distracting me for a few months. Next thing I know, it's like you said, Beatty. Then I look down and I'm like, oh, I'm fucking peeled on accident. Like that's pretty cool.
I'm peeled on accident.
and then a certain level of confidence came with that after that. And it's like, hey, I've been working. Meanwhile, like it wasn't work to me. It was that or I was gonna die. I didn't know what else to do. You know what I mean? And at 15, I didn't know how to express my emotions outwardly, like with words or anything like that whatsoever. I wasn't taught that way, you know, when I'm growing up. So to me, it was like that's the only way I could get it out. And I still, you know what I mean? Like the gym, like especially in prep, that's why I like the emotions. Like, and that's the next point is the emotions that gear can bring out. That it heightens emotions a little bit. Yeah. And for me, I'm able to bring that out in my training, and it almost feels like that 15-year-old kid's always kind of there, and like it just takes my training to another level. Not in a sense of progress, just in a sense of like getting it out. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Well, bro, we all love training because there was a therapeutic aspect behind it.
Yeah,
we were able to, that like as men, you know, we're not very emotional beings, so like we take it out other ways. We don't cry it out, you know. We do aggressive shit. So
I cry when I'm doing aggressive
lift weights, yeah, man. Like everybody on this podcast at some point is trying to do some crazy heavy shit. There's some reason that's happened.
Yeah,
Stuff that led up to that.
Yo, Beatty, we're gonna do questions.
Yeah, let's get into questions.
Sure, it got all fucking dark.
Listen, man, the people got to hear the raw.
I mean, but
They
wow,
can't
shit.
see the hair, man. They got to see the hair and the fucking and the emotion.
This is my coping mechanism. I'll be right back.
You know, and the thing about that conversation is there's a lot of people going through all that kind of shit, you know?
And that's why it's important, like Brady said, you know, you have no idea, like, or a lot of people don't have any idea what it's like to share something like that and how you probably just saved somebody's life, literally just by watching this. And they'll probably fucking message you to let you know, too. So you have no idea how the kind of impact that shit has.
That's what this is about. That is what I truly believe my purpose on this earth is. Like, that's why whenever I met you too, like one of our first, like you said something about Stu's not on here, man. I'm worried about him. Like that to me, man, that kind of a friend, that like those are the people I want to surround myself with, because that's like my whole life is surrounded around mental health. It always has been. You know what I mean?
Man, you always recognize certain things because you've been there already. So it's like it's moments like that. You're like, okay, this may not be the case, but I tend to do certain things, so I'm going to make sure they're good because I know how I am and I know how I got here and why I do the shit I do.
Yeah.
Like even Paul, bro. There was a day Paul hasn't heard from me, and he messaged me, "Hey man, you good?" Because normally I do certain things, and so he'll check on me. It's important. Beatty did the same thing with me. Like it's very important.
I agree.
So you know when you know somebody's routine and they follow the routine, it's like, well, what the fuck's going on? What's going on in his head? You know?
Yeah, especially that consistency behind it. Nah, something's off. I'm gonna find out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get to the question. I'm getting hungry. I'm also on AI, so I don't got feelings like that right now to be talking feelings.
Yes.
You just need 200 milligrams kratom, dog. You'll be fine.
All right. I like getting deep usually, but right now I'm just not that deep. I'm like,
we get it, bro.
That's good. You good.
Hey, bro, you got me and Stu on fucking Adderall right now. Like, 200 milligrams Credo. Paul hasn't been on here in a while. Alyssa's just chilling.
when we have
Alyssa was there. Oh my gosh.
Alyssa fell asleep on the last one. Someone said something about.
Bro, I was fucked up. I was
we
fucked
got
up.
bored.
Like I was my back and my legs. I
I
was like,
saw it. I
okay.
was watching it. I was dying, dude.
I was dying myself, man. But I shouldn't have smoked before this one. That's why I've been quiet. My bad.
Beatty gets it. Beatty gets talkative though.
Listen,
I'll answer some questions for you. I'll get some questions in.
There's no rules on this podcast. You can do what the fuck you want. You can fucking kill somebody during the podcast for like a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
No racial slurs though. It's not okay.
All right. When will you have Blue Taylor back on?
I didn't even.
I guess that's for me. Shit. If I win Vancouver, I'm gonna force him to come on. Okay, we'll have him clear out an hour and a half, and he'll come join.
I wanna talk some X's and O's with him.
Oh yeah, you had Compton on to talk about coaching shit, right? The problem when you try and talk X's and O's with Blue, and this is true with like his client too. He's like, it depends on the person.
Well, he's right. He's right though.
That's correct. That's the right way to answer the question, right? But he's not going to give you generalized, big picture answers. You know, for like most people, this is what I would do. Even though he kind of has a general way that he coaches a lot of his guys, none of it is the same.
Yeah,
you know.
I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him to talk because I'm not gonna ask the same stupid ass questions that everybody else.
I've been trying for 3 years, man. Good luck.
Yeah. Right. Is what because I've seen most of it interviews. The way they ask him the questions, he's given the right answer by saying that. You just can't ask it that way. You know. I'm gonna be very. When he was on, I was very specific. I'm like, look at me in this video. And I'm telling you, I'm flat. What do you do? Right? You can't ask him anything open ended. So he can't say it depends because I'm telling you right now. No, this is what I'm eating. This is how I look. So then he kind of had to answer the question, right? You got to really be specific, or he won't. Yeah.
Yeah. If I try to ask him like, hey, we're 9 days out. What's the big picture for the next week or so? He will not answer. Like, I kind of have an idea of what we're gonna do, but like, you know, that's just not how he works, man. It's you're sending him pictures once, twice a day, and he's making decisions on the fly, and that's just
he's smart for that because sometimes I'll let it slip and be like, oh yeah, you looking right on target. We're probably gonna have a burger and fries Wednesday. And then comes Wednesday, I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I want to have a burger and fries. And then now I already told him. Now I gotta be like, oh, maybe not yet.
Oh no, you never dangle that shit out there. Never.
No. Don't put it out there.
It's fucked up.
All right. Okay.
And that reminds me of that insurance commercial when the guy's doing fucking cardio and the guy has a fishing pole with the donut in front of him.
Yeah.
Almost got it.
That's me right now doing cardio.
Yeah, almost there.
My methods are unique.
All right. BOYZ or Martin? Who's placing higher at the O?
Martin.
Yeah, I gotta go Martin. BOYZ is no slouch, don't get me wrong.
No,
I just think Martin is that. I think they're both that fucking good, honestly. I think they're both fucking incredible. I think they both can be top 6 guys, but I think Martin will be a top 6 guy.
Unless they hold the Olympia in Dubai where everybody could get there, Martin's going to be better. But shit, dude, like BOYZ is such a structurally big guy, you know, and Martin's very dense and great shape in person, but like I don't think he's as large as of a person as BOYZ is. You know, BOYZ is like as big of a person as Samson is in a lineup.
And neither is Bonak though. Bonak is smaller than both of them as a person.
Yeah.
I think if what's his name? Again, Martin. I think if Martin can't fix his back poses, it'd be more favorable to Beirut. Just because that external rotation, it does hurt him. It hurt him against Nick.
In a back double?
Yeah, well, he can't rotate. That was his issue. That was his he can't fully engage or get the pose to show fully. And I think Beirut's his back shots are really good.
I think Martin has some of the best back. I think Martin has some of the best back. One of the best back.
You know what? Actually. I'm going to agree with Joe. I love Martin's back shots, though. So I agree with you, Beatty, on that. I do love his back shots. But I think if he did have a little more external rotation and maybe even pulled his wrist back a little bit, there's a little bit of tweaks I think he can do there.
Yeah, really Tyler Manning talked about it.
He's going to come down.
Tyler Manning talked about it.
Right. So if he's able to talk back just a little bit, I think it would take that pose from a great pose to one of the top three in the league. And then same with the lat spread. They talked about also how that kind of hurt him because again the shoulders, they're so bound up and tight. He actually takes away from his poses how good they could really be, and it kind of gave Nick the edge on those. Even though Nick has an amazing back, but I'm saying it would have been closer too if he was able to.
Yeah, you can say the same thing about Beirut. The way Beirut is his back poses.
I don't like Beirut's back poses at all.
He's humping and flexing the air. My point is, every single person can improve their poses, but it doesn't make it a bad pose, right? Like I don't think Martin is losing the back double to Beirut because he can't rotate as far as Beirut. You know, I still think I would still have Martin's back double beating Beirut personally. The way the glutes and hams are stripped out as Beirut is, I don't think anybody's glutes and hamstrings are stripped out as like Martin and Derek's. You know, I feel like I can make this similar argument. You know, just in that particular pose. You know, what do you guys think? Like, do you guys think Beirut can beat Martin or in the back in particular? Do you think Beirut beats him from the back?
I still think he can, but
I think he can. So. Just overall size. I think that's important personally, but I don't know if it's that important in judging because Bonac beat him too, right?
With no rotation, he has zero external rotation too.
Yeah,
he doesn't have.
But his back's not fucking crazy though. Bonac's back is badass.
So like what you said, William beat Beirut and William and Martin next to each other. Who you got?
I think it's Martin's right now. I think Martin's back is just as good as Bonac personally, if not very close to it. Like if we're talking glutes all the way to hamstrings, all the way to upper back, all the way to
yeah. This is where the subjectivity comes into it, right? Personally, I really like Beirut, so there's a lot of bias behind what I'm saying. And I don't like how he poses his glutes, but I just like how his back looks. I'm thinking about the back. Like I think that Martin's pose, it's good. It's very good, but that little bit of that he could get, I think that's really gonna set him over the top. Because even for me, you know, the more I would force, like you just see things open up. I've watched it happen with Paul. The smallest little shit really completely changes the look, and so I think. Because Martin, his shoulders are huge, right? And then I think he has shoulder issues. So he's actually taken away from his arms. And it, like, again, flaring out the teres and all that stuff. Like
we all agree with that he could pose it better. But you would have Beirut beating Martin is the question.
I still think he definitely could. It's just
anybody could anytime.
Who do you have? Who do you pick?
Last two things.
I like Beirut a lot.
Each other. Who do you have? Bruce?
It's not who you like, bro. Who do you got winning?
I have to see them next to each other. So I have Martin. I have a really clear image of Beirut in my head because I just saw him. So I would literally need to see them next to each other, but I just really like Beirut's look.
Okay. If you had to compare both of their looks this year, which would you pick?
If you would ask me to put money on this, I would say Martin. Okay. But I like.
That's what I mean. If you're gonna be a bet man, you know what I mean. You gotta Listen,
But
I
I just like Beirut.
potential. I like Beirut's potential.
That's what I'm saying. My opinion's a little biased just because I really like his look.
You like his potential. But right now,
so in my head, I'm convincing myself that Beirut can, it's because of little things. So I'm literally nitpicking when I say the small rotations and shit. But
there's no right or wrong.
If he could get that, it's literally probably 2%, just a little bit. Like you say, you get the teres major and minor to pop out a little bit more. I think then it becomes one of the top 3 in the whole world. Versus
you got to think about it. When that was the critique for him, that actually could have been the reason he beats Nick, and the whole fucking world gets shocked. See, so it's just But anyways.
Yeah, there's no right or wrong answers here. I feel like Joe looked like he was pressured to pick one. Like it's just an opinion. It's just an opinion.
It's my opinion. I was like, look, I'm just telling any of you guys, you're wrong.
We didn't mean to bully you with the same
There's no wrong. It's a podcast, so I got to challenge it, right? Because if you're saying one thing and I'm like, well, you can say the same thing about him, then for you to get your point across, you just have to. It's just opinion, but you can say, well, I still have this guy beating him. It doesn't, you can't be wrong by opinion.
That, exactly. There's, it's not set in stone kind of shit. So it's not interesting that we all agree. So
No.
My little fucking little tidbit on
none of us are judges. None of us knows who's gonna win. We just giving our opinion. So it's literally just who do you have winning, right? So Stu, who you got winning?
I think Martin would win overall, but I prefer Beirut. If he would fix his weird twitchy posing shit, nobody really likes that. I don't know why he does it. But like I like the big structure guys. I like guys like Marcus Rule. I like width and wide clavicles and all that stuff. And that's not to say that Martin is narrow at all, but like he's not quite as wide as Beirut is.
It's just a look. Yeah, Beirut has this presence, and it just like looks fucking just that.
He has the diamond shape in that.
Yeah.
It's just a clean look. It's a clean fucking look.
This is the thing, right? I feel like anytime on this podcast we start doing predictions, we say, I like this better, but I think this is gonna win.
Yeah, like what? See that? That's where you intertwine subjectivity to criteria, right? Because sometimes it looks like even the judges do that. Because we think a certain way, it's going to go a certain way. It's like, oh well, this just happened, so this is probably what's going to happen, and then it doesn't. And that's where I'm like, okay, well, it's literally where they're going to judge just like we do to an extent. There's going to be that gray area.
So now when we do predictions, I got to be specific. You're the judge. Who do you pick? Because everybody's going to give 2-3 answers. So you're a judge. You don't have to try to guess what the judges are going to pick, or you don't even have to explain why you would pick it. You're a judge. Who you pick?
Now, am I trying to be a pro judge and side with Steve?
You're just Joe. You're the same exact Joe. You're a judge now. Who you pick?
Because I like Beirut, I would go Beirut. I would.
You don't have to say because you don't even have to think that I like him. You're just a judge.
Subjective. Yeah.
Yeah. You just
I'm going against the grain, baby. I'm staying true to myself.
It's like Steve does.
Someone else.
I'm with that. Don't be a yes man. I'm with that.
Yeah, like Steve don't sit there and be like, see, I like Derek, but Heidi, he just picks fucking Derek.
Honestly, bro, you know who I respect for that? I mean, he's fucking just staying true to his guys, but Milos. He'll defend his fucking opinion the whole way through.
Yes, bro. He's so diehard. He could be dead wrong, and he don't care. He will He argued the dude. His dude got third in my lineup. Third. I won the overall. He got third in the pro, and he said he should have beat me because he had better abs. And he was dying on that hill. Everyone else was like, "What are you talking about?" He had nothing else.
He's dying on a lot of hills, man.
He was dying on that hill. I was like,
this
all right,
is
buddy.
bodybuilding. That's what he meant to
Honestly, dude, Blue isn't public about it too, but like he pulls so fucking hard for us. Like he wants us to win so bad, and he gets so
bro.
pissed off when we don't.
There's an emotional attachment there, bro. After a while.
Yeah, man, I understand
if
it.
you're gonna coach me, I want you to want to fucking win as bad as I do. Like I want to win as bad as I want to breathe. Like
Honestly, like Blue cares more than I do about the placings. Like I'm pretty sure. Because I'm just kind of like, shit, man, it's out of my hands. And he's, I don't know, he feels strongly about it. God bless him.
In the sport, in his for the right reasons.
Who has the widest lats in the IFBB?
Brady King.
Yeah, you're pretty up there, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is.
Does this include classic? Because is Chris Bumstead included?
I mean, you
Pretty
can't
wide
beat
lats.
him over Derek Lunsford, though. I mean,
Oh, facts. That's facts. That's facts.
you can't forget Derek Lunsford exists.
Shoot, man. I mean, Derek, yeah, on his own body, very wide, but like in a line, are we talking about like on their own body proportions or like
Just overall, just the widest two.
no, but like in a lineup, are they the widest lats or on their body are they the widest lats?
Oh, yeah.
Like the size of their waist, you know?
Adi's lats are
I know what you're saying.
fucking wild, bro. Adi,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on the body because I think that makes the most sense when we're judging body.
You can't,
Yeah.
because if you say overall, then it would be fucking Andrew Jack or Jamie the Giant, right? It would be the tallest, whitest person there, right? But it doesn't mean Andrew actually has the widest back. Yeah, it got to be on your body. I think that's the best way to compare it.
That's the love.
Yeah. On your body?
Adi, bro. Whatever you say. In the Olympia, when you see his lat spread, it's just fucking ridiculous.
When he pops them out like fast like that, it's like
It's
crazy.
like a Buzz Lightyear opens his fucking wings.
Tonio's got pretty. Would you consider Tonio?
Yeah, actually, his lats are way wider than they should be for the width of his clavicles. I don't understand
That's true.
how the fuck that works, man. Because like you look at his shoulder joints from the front, they're pretty close together. But then from the back, he looks twice as wide. I don't understand that.
It's like his backside has two C's, like goes like this. So goes outward somehow. It goes.
It's very impressive.
It doesn't look like the body should work that way. Same with Derek. Derek has that look where it's like it's coming out a lot further, but he's wide from the front as well. But the amount that his like Terry's pops out is like that's crazy.
Oh.
I'll say Derek. I'll say
agree.
Derek.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think Derek. How do you in that last spread? How do you up there too?
Yeah, it's like minute, and it's specifically the lat spread.
What about all time? Just width, not thickness, just width. Stubbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Dorian.
No, Dorian had the best back. I wouldn't say the widest.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was going to say Dorian too, but I think it was just how he posed it.
Yeah, it was really detailed and very.
Yeah,
it was big. Laterally very.
I wouldn't say it was width though, necessarily.
What was that one dude? I think he was from the Ukraine or something like that. Maybe he was Russian. 90s guy. He was like 6'4".
Were they Kovacs? I don't know.
Yeah, I think that one. I don't know. He had a crazy.
He wasn't. He was an American guy. Yeah.
I thought it was boring. The dude I'm thinking of, he never did very well, but he just didn't compete whatever. But he was a freak.
Last question. This is kind of a weird question or a strange question for the podcast, but I kind of want to ask it. Who wins in a bodybuilding show? Sam Sulek or Trent Twins?
Trent Twins doing bodybuilding.
I guess it don't matter what division because
I was gonna say because I think Sam's always talked about doing classics. That's why I asked. I think Sam wants to do classics.
That's actually a tough question. They both have pretty good physiques.
Yeah,
Trent, if you would have asked me a couple of weeks ago, I would have doubted that Trent Twins could actually get lean. because last time they tried, they quit the prep.
Yeah, in like a
But
week, right?
yeah,
It didn't
yeah.
last long at all.
They're literally like, yeah, we're gonna turn pro, and then couldn't even stick to that. You know, that's why I
Yeah.
always say, like, so, you can't say these things without doing it. You got to do things before you can make these claims. It doesn't mean you can't. It just you got to do one step at a time. But now they're 2 weeks out.
Respect the game, bro. Respect the game is what it is.
Respect the
man.
game, bro. You know,
Or at least play the game before you start commenting on it.
before exactly. But seeing them now 2 weeks out, I think they could.
Are they
probably
actually
be-
competing?
Yeah.
Oh,
They look pretty good. They look pretty good. But
Who's their coach?
are we? I forget the guy's name. He's a decent coach though.
they were bitching about Greg Doucette coaching him a while ago. They were just like throwing him under the bus because it was just like terrible.
Yeah, but they couldn't even stick to that diet, and it was
Yeah,
7
right.
months.
So
you can't be mad at him. If anything, you should be happy he gave you those options, right? At that point. But we've never seen Sam this lean, so I think he has a pretty good physique. I don't think it's like world class, but I think it's a good physique, and he seems to have like pretty good work ethic. So I think I don't know. It's hard to say.
I think Sam is wider structurally, and he's pretty tall. He's like 5'11", I'd say. Like he was significantly taller than me when I seen him. The Trent twins are like 5'7" or 5'6", little guys.
Like 5'5.5" probably.
Yeah, and they have smaller waists, I'd say, but they're narrow, like structurally. They're round and dense, but like pretty narrow. So
it's different looks, man. It's different looks.
I mean, you guys, man,
I wanna
like,
see
the
this now.
amount of times I've seen little jack dudes that are peeled and veiny backstage, and then they end up staring at my ass when I thought I was going to lose to them. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just like sometimes the bigger structured people, especially,
dude, we should get one of these big influencers, like I don't know, Bradley Martin or something, to round up like 5 to 10 influencer physique bodybuilder type of people and tell them all, hey, you're doing a show in 20 weeks. You know, that would be fucking sick.
Well, first of all, they're twins and they're doing the same show. So who's gonna win out? Who's gonna win out of those two? Because they can't. It can't be 2 against 1. But they're gonna both go against Sam Sulek. So who wins between? I don't really know the difference between the two, but somebody has to win. They can't both be first place. Did they think that too? Did they think that too before they did the show?
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're gonna hold it over each other's heads. Yeah.
Do they look the same
Sure.
though? Like, do they have the same lines and like insertions and stuff?
They even have the same tattoos. Well, not the same tattoos, but they both have one-sided tattoos. Yeah, they seem to be really close twins. So I don't know. I don't know who would even win between them, let alone Sam Sulek. You know, but I got my money on Sam. I think he's more.
I was going to say Sam too. I just
his mindset more than anything.
Sam's been around some really good guys too, so I just think his experience around pros and stuff takes him a little farther.
I think Sam would be able to take it more seriously too.
I agree.
Whereas I could see them messing up the peak because they got too hungry in peak week.
110%.
Yes.
I don't trust them to land the plane perfectly. You know, even if they do win, or one of them wins at least. What if one wins and one gets like last place? Is that weird?
One hit the nail on the head.
One had a burger and one didn't. So.
Right.
But guys, I'm fading a bit, so
okay.
But thank everybody for coming on, man. Thanks for hanging out with me, even though I'm kind of grumpy.
Yeah, bro. Sorry I was a little late. I had so much shit to do before this, and I had like 30 minutes to do it. I was going, bro.
Don't be sorry to me. You doing me a favor by doing this show. Don't be sorry to me. You could be sorry to the people out there, maybe, but not.
Sorry, people.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Everybody keep asking where's Zayd. Zayd is just taking some personal time. No big deal. Zayd is good though. So
he messaged me yesterday. He's all right.
Yeah. So I wanted to say that because I haven't been replying to comments recently, so I guess I'll say it here. All right. Thanks for coming on. I'll see you guys next time.
All right, guys. Good seeing you later.